Weather presenters vow to raise the public's awareness of climate change. TIMA doctor cares for a woman with serious leg wounds, opening up her mind. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Siri Su. Thank you for joining us. Climate change is an issue that has a huge impact on our lives. During COP24 in Poland, the weather presenters gathered to discuss the topic and how they will change the weather forecast in the future.
During the COP24, the weather presenters from Taiwan, Belgium, and Poland share how they raise the viewers' awareness of climate change through their work.
The topic of climate change is particularly about the earth sciences. Usually the public would think it's related to political actions. Therefore, I believe in the future, the anchors need to present different approaches of weather forecasts. For instance, at DaAi Television, we will add some information from IPCC reports into our forecast. We wanted to let the public understand the impacts and future risks of climate change. This way, people can change their habits, making the world a greener place.
The weather presenters from around the world can join the Climate Without Borders organization to exchange information and build a stronger community of forecasters.
We focus really on education, outreach, and as we are professional communicators and we come from more than 100 countries, we have a huge reach, and our main thing we are doing is creating climate awareness.
All the world it's coming here to stop the gases, the CO2 going into the atmosphere. So we as an organizer, Polish government, they should think about it very, very seriously.
Besides making weather predictions, the presenters have maximized their ability to reach out to their viewers. Through broadcasts, they want to raise the public's environmental awareness for them to take action to protect the earth.
In Taiwan, Tzu Chi has been promoting its environmental protection mission for more than 20 years. Currently, 200,000 people volunteer at more than 8,600 recycling spots all over the island. The PET bottles recycled by Tzu Chi recycling volunteers are turned into eco-friendly blankets. These blankets have been delivered to 37 countries in disaster relief missions in order to help the people in need.
One kind thought, one principle. Taiwan, 200,000 pairs of hands work at more than 8,600 recycling spots to form a powerful force in protecting the environment.
现在这么急迫的气候、极端的变迁，实在是需要我们人人呢要共行，因为呢，它的起因啊是来自于人类，人人要共知共事，更要共行。
Recycling of PET bottles has led to the creation of other products. After being crushed flat, the PET bottles are turned into polyester chips, yarn, and weaved into fabric. In the end, it can be made into an eco-friendly blanket. Up till now, more than 1 million eco-friendly blankets have been transported to a total of 37 countries to help the people in need. This demonstrates how the strength of compassion can change the world.
It has been a month since the campfire took place in California. Many affected residents are still coping with the disaster. Besides continuing to distribute cash cards in the disaster area, Tzu Chi volunteers also held a prayer ceremony. They hope to comfort affected residents and give them spiritual support.
We are not here just to provide you with the cash cards. We also want you to know that we are here to give you the support, the love, and care to help you go through the emotion stages.
Today, I lead the prayer, and then I use the song. It's called Love and Care for All. We have them hold a light, and the light is a symbol of the hope.
The emotions that I felt today are very heartwarming, very meaningful. They're definitely going to help me in the future.
This is a blessing from our master and from the volunteer all over the world.
We want people to know that heart to heart, we feel for what they feel.
My house, my town burned down. And most of the time, I've been trying to pretend it's still there. And the people here are very kind, and they have offered spiritual counseling and a cash card to help with financial needs in case of emergencies. So, and I really want it to be around the energy that these people are putting out to the world.
For what they have been through, it's hard, sometimes for them hard to express how they feel. It's just too much. But the purpose of the prayer is, even though it's been 30 days, we didn't forget about them.
At the Humanitarian Ecotech Pavilion, there's a DIY section for the public to turn discarded items into beautiful artworks. Let's join them there. With some creativity, discarded packaging straps can become handicrafts. Visitors tried turning packaging straps into an ant, scorpion, dragonfly, and fish. With the volunteers' careful instruction, visitors find it easy to follow the steps.
It's great. It's so beautiful. Recycled materials can be turned into such beautiful work. It's so interesting.
62-year-old Ms. Xie happily makes these handicrafts despite suffering from a hand injury.
My hand does not hurt anymore because it's very fun. This is the first time trying this. Thank you.
The activity not only attracts adults, but also these children.
It is a way to cherish resources so we would not be wasteful.
To promote environmental protection, we encourage people to reuse and extend the life of items. We turn what was discarded into artworks.
At the Humanitarian Ecotech Pavilion, people can also experience rush weaving.
越做越快乐，越做越巧，很棒啊！
看到别人开心，自己觉得
自己也很开心。
Everyone is invited to the 2018 Taichung Flora Expo.
环保 DIY， 大家一起来。
To reduce the request for ambulance dispatches in non-emergency situations, National Fire Agency launched a video competition to promote the topic. The competition tries to educate the public about the dangers of misusing ambulance services.
你是在挖隧道哦，从早上到现在一直挖，要不要帮你用炸的？
那我就爱挖了，看挖到黄金再分你一点呢。
The actor in this video is Mr. Xu, a member of the Taichung City Fire Department. He is recreating some of the real encounters ambulance personnel encounter in a humorous way.
There was really a case of someone picking his nose as well as someone who squeezed a pimple, or even someone cutting their finger while cutting their nails. In each instance, they called the ambulance. There was also someone who twisted their ankle while playing basketball, and someone when kicking a soccer ball. It wasn't a broken bone, just someone who pulled a muscle or something like that. These instances are examples of wasted ambulance services.
It's the one and only Digo Double G.
Shu's performance is realistic because he has years of ambulance experience, dealing with drunken people who treat ambulances just like taxis.
One instance was caused purely by drinking. When he finished drinking, he had some symptoms that we generally associated with drinking alcohol, such as dizziness. He felt that while sleeping on the side of the road, he didn't want to be there anymore, so he wanted it to go to the hospital to find a bed to sleep in.
Lai Yu-no, who studied advertising and was serving his alternative military service, worked as the director on this video, using a funny slow-motion rhythm to bring sense of tension and humor.
I think we need to take into account the butterfly effect. When wasting a resource in this case, it means it needs to be taken from a place that needs it. If we don't manage these resources well, it can be quite a terrible waste. Taiwan's ambulance resources are already relatively limited with few staffs, so everyone is quite critical. If we use ambulance services indiscriminately, the pressure will constantly mount.
你们知道吗？全台湾2300多万的人口，而全台消防的救护车仅只有1100多辆。
Do you know that this video was made by Yunlin firefighter Su Bo-xian and his brother, who is a Jiayi City firefighter, Su Zhenjie? They teamed up to conceive the plot and setting for this video to encourage people to cherish ambulance resources.
For example, during rush hour, there are more traffic accidents, which require immediate ambulance services to give appropriate first aid treatment to stabilize the patient's vital signs. This is when ambulance services are really needed.
A very small wound or changing a dressing on a small wound, those who have already prepared a change of clothes and their bags to see a doctor, is not a case when an ambulance is needed.
阿成常看我弹杯，醉得厉害，就会帮我叫救护车，好让我能够在医院好好睡上一觉。
倒在路边的不是谁，就是他的。The person on the side of the road was his son, but he was actually quite drunk at that time. He doesn't have any consciences when he is drunk. He was just laughing and being happy. He was talking nonsense and didn't know what was going on.
听到医生说，为什么不早来5分钟？等那客气，我以为没人在路上。
This 5-minute video shows how the male actor misused ambulance resources and inadvertently caused his son to delay his medical treatment and pass away, leaving him with regret. The director of the video, Lu Jianting, used his experience as an alternative serviceman in an ambulance to appeal to the public. Zheng Zhihao, a volunteer fireman, plays the main character in the film, used his own life experience as inspiration.
我在拍摄的时候是想到，12年前我父亲他也是心脏病、心肌梗塞。
When we were doing the shooting, I thought about 12 years ago when my father had a heart attack and passed away suddenly. He was sent to the emergency room, and when I heard the news, I rushed to the emergency room, and it was just like the situation of this film. Because this happened to a relative, we decided to put this situation into the video.
刚好就是一个亲人，亲人就这样往生了，而我当时就是把这个情境放入到这个影片里面。
Zheng Zhihao grieved a loved one and put this emotion into the video, as he is eager to put this emotion to good use and hopefully reduce tragedies in the future.
Excessive use of the eyes for a long period of time will result in uncomfortable and fatigued eyes. Signs like redness, dryness, and more tears start to take place. So how does one relieve the discomfort of the eyes? Let's hear what the doctors have to suggest.
Whether it's looking at your phone, computer, or TV screen, after a long period of time, your eyes will get tired.
眼睛容易干涩，就是很不舒服。
流泪啊，眼睛红。
Tears, red eyes, these things will also cause temporary vision quality decline and nearsightedness.
度数增加。
Excessive use of the eyes leads to fatigue in both eyes.
就先停止，然后休息一下。
倒一杯热开水。
I will pour a cup of hot water, like boiling hot water. I will use the vapor to steam my eyes. It feels really good.
一下眼睛会很舒服。
64-year-old Miss Zhen likes to have a cup of goji berry tea whenever her eyes feel uncomfortable. Then she would put a hot towel over her eyes.
I'm getting older, must regularly take care of myself. Healthcare is very important. The parts can be changed. If damaged, it's damaged for good.
She will massage her eyes whenever she has time.
开始按这个穴点。
I will first start pressing here, then here inside the eyebrows, and then move to here at the eyes. This makes my eyes feel really relaxed, very comfortable feeling. If your eyes get dried or tired a lot, you should do this often.
就常常去按它。
When pressing, it should be lightly. We would recommend using the fingertips, the part where we have more flesh. When pressing, it's normal to feel just a slight soreness. Each acupoint is recommended for 10 seconds.
The TCM doctor stated that there are 6 to 7 acupoints around the eyes. Massaging them regularly will help with decompression.
In general, it will create a circular motion like this. It will start here, then stop at our temples, then come all the way back clockwise.
It's good to do moderate eye exercises.
First, move the eyeball to the upper left, then lower left, then look to the top right, then bottom corners. After, look to the left and to the right. Move it around in a clockwise motion, then counterclockwise. This can be done in 3 to 5 sets.
Regular hot compress with a temperature at about 40 degrees Celsius can effectively alleviate the fatigue in both eyes.
Apply a hot towel for 5 minutes and then take it off for a break. Wait until your facial skin has cooled down before applying the hot compress for another 15 minutes.
Return to having good habits with eye usage. Doctors suggest looking at the phone for no more than 20 minutes at a time, using a computer for no more than 40 minutes in one sitting, letting eyes rest more, and looking out more into the distance. All these things can protect the window to our soul.
In Penang, Malaysia, a care recipient left her husband 13 years ago. Then 7 years ago, her feet were injured by cactus. Since she did not seek medical attention in time, her wounds festered. City volunteers and a TIMA doctor have been visiting her and treating her wounds, providing her with spiritual support.
Chen Koi-ing's feet have been pricked by cactus. Since she did not seek medical attention, the wounds festered.
I've lost my sensibilities. I kept thinking about committing suicide. I no longer wanted to live. Then I fell 3 times trying to take my own life, so I did not dare to do it again.
Tzu volunteers and a TIMA doctor have come to visit to cleanse her wound and give her mental support.
The biggest reason is because there's a group of bacteria, superbacteria, that keeps eroding the infectious wounds. We also discovered that Koi-in is feeling low. When the wounds do not heal, she will feel anxious and depressed.
Therefore, during each treatment, the doctor encourages Koi-in. Then Koi-in finally changed her mindset.
I tell the bacteria, please leave my feet. If I've done something wrong in the past, please forgive me.
She has also learned to speak positive and kind words.
I stopped scolding or criticizing people. Speak good words, have good thoughts, and walk the right path.
Many illnesses are caused by one's mental state. Once you change your mindset, open up your heart, change the environment and the eating habits, you will get better.
In early December in Kuching, Malaysia, a gas explosion incident occurred. Kuching City volunteers headed to the hospitals to provide comfort, aid supplies, and hot meals to the affected residents.
A gas explosion that happened at the City 1 Mega Mall took away 3 staff members' lives. Among them, a 24-year-old who had just came back from Singapore a year ago. Now leaves behind his 2 children, his father feels quite helpless.
say that my heart is not aching would be lying, that I'm not crying would be a lie as well. But I must hold it together because there are still 2 children to look after.
Kuching Tzu Chi volunteers actively prayed and chanted for the deceased, a deeper understanding on the lesson of impermanence.
Life is impermanent. We must seize every moment. We need to let go of small worries.
In addition to comforting the families of the deceased, groups of daily volunteers headed to the hospitals to provide care, using multi-purpose folding beds, eco-friendly blankets, and hot meals for the affected.
After providing some eco-friendly blankets and multi-purpose folding beds, many other affected families were requesting them as well.
The owner of the Kalmang Veggie Cafe took on the responsibility of providing daily hot meals. With a combination of environmentally friendly food containers, each meal is filled with love and compassion.
The main objective is for them to have enough to eat. It's not about the money.
Fully supporting the affected and their family members, volunteers are prepared to be by their side through this difficult process.
After a massive earthquake devastated Indonesia, the reconstruction plan for Lombok Island and Palu City have started. In Jakarta, the government officials and civil society groups discussed how Tzu Chi will work with the military to build 3,000 houses for the affected residents.
The powerful earthquake had left heart-wrenching scenes of destruction on the Sulawesi island. By conducting a focus group discussion, the Sustainable Urban Development had invited the public construction and NGOs to discuss the topic of rebuilding the island.
In order to let the aids reach the city of Palu or the affected areas, you need to collaborate with the local government. This will avoid the segregation of transporting the supplies or having resource replication. The best way is to make a good use of the help in every respect.
The mayor of Palu especially attended the discussion. Besides rebuilding the devastated areas, he was also concerned about the soil liquefaction as the situation is getting severe. The reconstruction of the city is extremely urgent.
There were 2 areas under soil liquefaction. 13 towns along the coastline have been destroyed as well. We already prohibited the public to build houses over there. In a few years, the city of Palu will have a big difference.
Indonesia Tzu Chi will be collaborating with the Indonesian military to build 3,000 houses and public facilities. After finding a suitable place, the construction will begin.
Besides government-owned businesses, there were also NGOs at the discussion. We were exchanging our opinions and encouraging each other to work hard towards our goal.
With the help of all sectors of the society, everyone's working hard to assist the affected residents so they can get back on their feet as soon as possible.
Students from Tzu Chi Senior High School affiliated with Tzu Chi University have traveled to Japan for an exchange experience. While there, they've got some hands-on experiences on organic farming. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.